Russian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Maria Zakharova said today at a press briefing that Russia is concerned about the closure of the only road connecting Armenia and Karabakh, breaking Moscow's public silence on the crisis. "We are concerned about the blocking of the Lachin corridor," Zakharova told reporters. Russia's defense ministry and the Russian peacekeeping contingent have been actively working all these days to de-escalate the situation. We expect that transport connections will be fully restored in the very near future. Today marks the fourth day that a group of Azerbaijanis falsely presenting themselves as environmental activists has blocked the Gori-Stepanakert highway, effectively cutting off Karabakh's 120,000 Armenians from the outside world. A day after the blockade began, Karabakh's natural gas supply was cut, further raising fears of an imminent humanitarian crisis in the region. The sole pipeline supplying gas to Karabakh runs from Armenia through territories ceded to Azerbaijan at the end of the 2020 war. Referring to the ceasefire that ended the war, Zakharova said, "The leaders of Russia, Armenia, and Azerbaijan have assumed commitments that must be strictly observed. Creating problems for the life of the civilian population is unacceptable." The ceasefire calls for Azerbaijan to guarantee safe movement for citizens, vehicles, and cargo in both directions along the Lachin corridor, a 5-kilometer wide strip of land surrounding the Gori-Stepanakert highway. The corridor is controlled by Russian peacekeepers. On the subject of the peacekeepers, who confirmed yesterday that they are continuing to facilitate negotiations to end the blockade, Zakharova said, "The Russian peacekeeping contingent is effectively fulfilling the tasks assigned to it, acting as a guarantor of stability in the region." The peacekeepers have explicitly blamed the road's closure on Azerbaijan, which has falsely denied responsibility for the blockade. As for other international reactions, United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres issued a call yesterday for de-escalation in the region after meeting with Armenian Foreign Minister Ararat Mirzoyan in New York City to discuss the crisis. And Freedom House became the first major international non-governmental organization to put out a statement, calling on Azerbaijan to cease its blockage of the Lachin corridor and restore unhindered gas supplies to the people of the region. Earlier this week, the European Union, France, and the United States all released statements condemning the blockade as well. Meanwhile, Yerevan and Baku exchanged ceasefire violation accusations today, marking the first time any side in the conflict has made such an accusation since the blockade began. Armenia's defense ministry reported that Azerbaijani troops opened fire overnight on 2 Armenian military positions, one in the eastern region of Gagarkunik and the other in the southern Syunik region. Azerbaijan's defense ministry said that Armenian units opened fire yesterday evening on Azerbaijani positions in the regions of Kelbajar and Lachin, 2 regions that Armenia ceded to Azerbaijan after the 2020 war. The ministry added that Karabakh soldiers opened fire this morning at Azerbaijani positions near the region of Martuni in eastern Karabakh. Karabakh's defense army denied Azerbaijan's claims as not corresponding to reality. Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan today accused Azerbaijan of holding Karabakh's Armenians hostage and deliberately manufacturing a humanitarian crisis in the region. Classes have been indefinitely suspended in all schools in Karabakh using gas for heating, while concerns mount over the condition of patients in the region who cannot be transferred to better-equipped hospitals in Armenia due to the blockade. Doctors in Stepanakert have warned that Karabakh's medical centers have only